Hey everyone, welcome to Noiseberry Games and welcome to Elden Ring. This video is just going to be highlights of my first, it's about 3.5 hours with the game. So I started with creating a character. You have a character base you can choose, just different archetypes, and then you can tweak them a little bit to your own liking. I already knew before I started playing that I was going to play as a wizard because I'd heard that magic was finally good again in Elden Ring. Hasn't really been good since I guess 2 was okay, but yeah, it was good to see magic. So I went the astrologer, which also looks very cool. And I got into my character creation. You get to choose your starting gift. Obviously, I was going into this pretty blind, so I didn't really know what to choose. I think I chose a golden seed, which is like an Estus flash shard. I called myself Astro Wando, obviously. And that is my mage character.
Dung Eater!
just thought that was funny. Just part of the opening cutscene. It's just like all these like grand names and then Dung Eater. There's the Elden Ring gesture you can do. But yeah, this was like my first moments in the game. It was very exciting for me. I had a look at the old equipment menu and instantly switched myself to my like Gandalf setup, which is like a sword in the right hand and a staff, a magic casting item in the left hand. I also equipped the shield. I think I unequipped that fairly quickly afterwards. Yeah, this was Astro Wando. And there you could see that jump is on A and interact is on Y. I very quickly changed that. So I have jump on Y and interact is on A. Otherwise, it's mostly Dark Souls controls. When I'm playing right here, this was literally 10 minutes after the game had launched. So there's all these fresh bloodstains and like fresh messages everywhere. It was a very exciting time to play. Literally got to play it like right as it came out. And here we go with the first boss fight. This is about, 5 minutes into the game. Grafted Scion. I don't appear to be doing a lot of damage to this thing. And I guess this is like a scripted death. But, I mean, theoretically, I'm doing damage to it. Theoretically, it must be possible to kill this thing. So I wonder what your reward is for doing this. I haven't looked it up yet, because I'm just not looking up anything about Elden Ring. Funnily enough there, you could see like I was obviously still alive there. I rolled. Then my screen went black, and like I could hear sounds. Like a cutscene was happening. Just a bit buggy, I guess.
Sure to seek the Elden Ring.
And then I got my 2 Estus flasks. You get your health flask and your magic flask. And then you hop down into like a little tutorial area and you find your first Lost Grace, which is just this game's bonfire. It taught me about stealth. You can crouch, you can sneak up on people and do backstabs. Rump ahead, very good message. And yeah, you can press in the left stick to crouch, which is a very cool mechanic. And right at the end of the tutorial we get our first proper boss fight, I guess. Soldier of Godric. It's just that fella over there. So I thought I'd try out my 2 spells. Got interrupted by a tutorial pop-up. Guard counters, I don't think I've ever used those. I'm a magician, I don't use them. But yeah, this isn't much of a boss fight. As you can see, like I can like 4-shot him with magic. Tried to do some fancy jumping attacks, just because those are new. You can, you press jump and then do a heavy attack in the air to do like a slamming down attack, which I think is very cool. But yeah, not a real boss, I would say. And then at the next bonfire, I realized that I had a golden seed already, so I could raise my flask to +1. And here is the first steps into the big open world. Limgrave, this area is called. Very, very pretty. Very pretty, and it was at this moment that I knew I had to start tweaking my graphics settings. I was playing on 1440p at this point, and just wasn't getting enough frames. Funnily enough, today like the day after recording this video, got myself a RTX 3080. So next time I play the game, I haven't played it since, but next time I boot up the game, I can play it in 1440p, 60 FPS, no problem. Because with my old graphics card, I was if I went to 1440p, I was getting about 40 FPS. Wasn't great. You might have noticed that there's like glowing little orbs that lead you to not only the next Lost Grace bonfire thing, but they also lead you to your next destination. So this was a nice little place here, friendly merchant there who sells things, sells the binoculars, sells the crafting kit is what he advised you to purchase, which just means you can now craft out in the world. You don't have to come back to a crafting station. There must be a crafting station, but I got the kit very quickly. And just wandering around, I saw this big fella on a horse. I'd try attacking him, and bam, just a boss fight out in the open. Not every boss is behind a fog gate in Elden Ring. But you might have noticed I didn't do very much damage to him there. He's a tree sentinel. He's a little tough. I still haven't gone back to him. I think I've only played about like half an hour more after whatever's in this video. Okay, I played about 3.5 hours, recorded it, and then played half an hour more after that. Just didn't have much of a chance today, so I was fucking around with the graphics card. So I haven't come back to this guy, but I'm doing okay damage. It's okay damage, but like my health is very low. Yeah, I'll obviously come back and do him at some point, just not right away. He seems tough. I think he just smashed a donkey onto me or something there. And here I heard like a crystal lizard jingle, and I noticed this thing here. It's a scarab rolling it looks like a tumbleweed, or I guess like a pile of dung, a ball of dung. And it's a teardrop scarab. So I guess if it's a red scarab, it gives you a health flask back. And here I got to use my second spell, which is the arc spell, which hits quite a few enemies. Does a little bit less damage, but hits a lot of enemies. And I cleared out this camp where those enemies were coming from, and found this sneakily hidden little like basement with a chest here, which contained a whetstone knife and an ash of war, which is basically just a way of adding attributes to a weapon. You can see in the bottom left, you've got kick there. You can replace that, and then when you press left trigger, it does a certain ability. I don't think I'd ever used kick, and I only just replaced it to something else. Just showing off a couple of the weird enemies here. Found this weird like stone worm snake thing, which I murdered very easily.
Thou art possessed to the power, no?
And when I came back to that church bonfire, this witch lady was here.
For thee, by Torrent's former master.
She gave me the spirit calling bell and lone wolf ashes, which lets you summon NPC phantoms basically in specific areas. If you see on the left of the screen, there was like a little marker where their health bars are now. So you can only summon these NPC things in specific areas, like camps, things like that. So I got them in. At this point I've got 3 different like ashes I can summon. But you just get these 3 wolves that run around and help you fight. It's very cool. I think this clip was just to show how OP magic is. This guy like buffs and shit, he does like the stance and then just 3-shot him from distance. It's very good. Yeah, magic is really good in this. Just some more weird enemies, these floating jellyfish that were passive until I hit them, and then they turned red and got a little bit more angry. And then just off to the side comes this skeletal archer fella. I smacked him, and then this guy gave me a bit of a jump scare. But I noticed that the guy I killed in the back was glowing, and he had a health bar again. So these enemies, you just have to smack them once after they've died to stop them from respawning, which I think is quite clever. Found another one of these things a little bit later in the game, but instead of giving me like a charge back, This one actually gave me a new Ash of War, so it's definitely worth killing those things. I think I just thought this bit was quite pretty. It looked very nice. Do you like that big tree? Yeah, just a nice little pretty area here.
Take you to the Round Table Hold, gathering place of tarnished champions, guided by grace.
So she took me to the Round Table Hold, which I'm thinking is basically like Firelink Shrine. You've got like a blacksmith here. You've got like this priest, I guess, who can sell you new miracles. So I think since this video I managed to pick up one of his healing spells. And this is still in Round Table Hold. You can hop over this railing and drop down to this hall where there's a lot of bloodstains. Obviously a little worrying. But when you hop down you get invaded by Mad Tongue Alberic. It's just an NPC invader here who is quite tough. He gives you a gesture at least, so it was worth coming down. He's got a nice hat though, I want his hat. I think for about 3 hours I didn't find any armor at all. So I'm still just using my astrologer set. But you can see I don't do very much damage to him. His magic is a lot stronger than mine, and he destroyed me pretty easily. He does some like weird roots explosion thing there. I think he was just a bit better than me. Just a bit later, I found this fella here, just in a little church. And he turned out to be a guy who sells 3 sorceries. One of them is Starlight, which I guess is cast light. And a little bit past him, I found this graveyard where I killed these fellas, and found an Academy scroll. Obviously, as someone who's played a lot of Dark Souls, a lot of the mechanics of this game are very familiar to me. When I saw it, I knew it was going to be like a scroll that you give to a wizard who will sell you more sorceries. But obviously this guy wasn't good enough a wizard, because I couldn't give it to him. And later I finally found some new pants, some Raya Lucarian greaves and gloves, so I put those on. And just past where I found those, there's this big storm giant thing. So I could see he was guarding this carriage that holds the chest, so I just snuck past him. Just popped up, opened the chest, and he didn't notice. And I got a tree spear. And I could see in the background he was starting to head on over to me, so I snuck away again. I don't think he's seen me there. So yeah, the stealth mechanic's very fun. And then I just destroyed him with magic, because magic is OP so far. It's fun though. The magic effects are beautiful. It looks great. So yeah, I just killed him with magic. Did a happy little spin. And there you go. That was my first few hours with Elden Ring. This was, like I said, about 3.5 hours. So I haven't had a chance to play too much more since this, but it's very, very fun so far. Really enjoying it. PC performance needs to be improved though. Anyway, yeah, Elden Ring. It's fun. Thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!